Hey friends, I just wanted to share my day in the life of Jenna. Come from yesterday. I'm just kind of recapping, revisiting what is going on in my world so you can have an inside view and the life of a wife, mother, business owner, etc., and a brave master ultimately. So yesterday was a travel day. You'll see from some of the pictures that I was leaving Miami. I stuck with my routine, which in the morning, which is meditation and journaling, reading, and I thought I was going to get my 30-minute rings closed on my Apple Watch. If any of you are watching me, I'm committed to closing this ring on this watch. But I got 20 minutes walking through all the airports, right? And then I had to come home, and I actually finish those 10 by walking around my house. So the message inside of that is, number one, I wanted to, now it's a game for myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to break the picture on my phone of all of the green circles, closed. And it's been a month, exactly a month. And so I walked for 10 minutes around my house and made it happen. So again, the message is, if you're committed and you are really wanting something to accomplish and build your self-trust around, then just follow through, right? Just keep following through. What else happened? So had a beautiful, smooth flight. I actually got to the airport like 4 hours early because I had to check out of the condo, and that went very smoothly. And Miami was amazing. It was great. And I also missed home. So I was extremely excited to see my husband and my daughter and my dog. And it was just, nice to come home, right? It's time to come home sometimes. And then I also, hold on, I'm trying to remember. But during the 4-hour break at the airport, I did some work, and I worked on my laptop, and that's what a mobile business can do, right? Is be able to do what you need to do where you need to do it. So that's the kind of business I've created. I can do it from anywhere. And so I just did some work. I got some emails caught up on, made a few phone calls that I needed to make. Did a few sales connections, and what else? I do a cash tracker every day. So not daily. I'm supposed to do it daily, but ideally once a week, just to make sure that I'm keeping up, and daily referring to it. It shows me what's happening throughout the month. So it helps me keep up with my financial picture. Both personal and business, so that I know everything is getting taken care of and no surprises. So if you're not looking at your numbers and your dollars and your accounts, little things can creep in that you don't even know is happening. So I do my best. I had actually been a little delayed because of the week in Miami, and I hadn't gotten it updated in like 2 weeks. So I keep pretty informed. I actually use a few apps. One is Mint. MINT, which gives you an immediate snapshot of, if you add everything to it, it's like all in one, all of your accounts, all of your credit cards, all of your stuff. So it's owned by Intuit, which is the creator of QuickBooks. So Mint is a great tool if you're out and about. You can't keep up, but at least it keeps you aware of all things happening. And then my daily cash tracker is the spreadsheet that I use that keeps me well informed and looking at the facts, not the fiction of what I think my financial situation is. It's, when you see certain accounts, getting maxed out, or certain accounts, kind of dwindling, like going down instead of up, but then you start to see what kind of money's coming in because you have automatic charges in your business, or you have deposits happening, then it makes you breathe. So I just highly recommend that. So I worked on that yesterday because I needed to complete that picture for myself, and it really resets what's happening. So that was one thing I did. So the things that I've learned, and there was actually a quote I wrote down, and I'm looking at my journal right here, is hashtag gut and faith was one thing that I wrote down, and I may have even mentioned that in the previous post. it came to me as I was kind of sitting in the audience at a 3-day event. A lot of things happened at the 3-day event. Even I started writing the chapter ideas in my book because it just starts flowing, right? You're in that flow. So gut and faith, and then I had you know, some more opportunity to like look at what does that mean for me, and then yesterday was, you know, it kind of, you know, kind of percolate a little bit, and then today, which I will share more about, is it showed up on a podcast. Like I was recording someone for my podcast, and our conversation led right into it. And so these sparks of ideas, if you don't capture them, right, they just fly by. I mean, you're getting downloads, 75,000 thoughts a day or whatever the number is, right? I don't know who in their right mind has sat there and counted how many thoughts somebody has. I don't know if they've actually done that, but I can imagine it feels like a tremendous amount of thoughts, right? And so if we don't capture them in journaling or something, scribing something, you know, typing it in a computer or on your Evernote, on your phone or notes or whatever, then they fleet by, right? They're fleeting. And so I wrote that one down, that gut and faith comment, and I think I'm gonna make a t-shirt out of it. But it really is about listening to your gut and then following in faith, and being able to like really surrender and step into what you're hearing and what's coming to you and saying yes to things. Another thing that's shifting for me is number one, I'm reading a lot, and I'm creating a book club for my mastermind clients. And you know, when you're in that, then we have more of a discussion around what does that book mean, and what is the practice, you know, creating. It's one thing to read a book, but information is truly, you know, not enough. It's insufficient. And so if you start to practice what's in the book, and then you have some, you know, some like-minded people doing the same thing, then you got to actually have a result from what you read in the book, right? So that's what my intention behind it is. And I don't know who said it, but readers are leaders is the quote, right? So anyway, so all of this started coming to me. I'm reading books, and there's another book we're going to add to the book club called The Go-Giver. Amazing book, got to read it. And one of the things it says, you know, is to focus on service and giving value to others. So that's been a high focus for me as well. And that's kind of what I think just prompted me to do this, is just let you see what's happening with me as many minutes of, I mean, in a short video or pictures or whatever, but with the message inside of it. What am I dealing with throughout the day? Because my days are not just like bubbles and rainbows and unicorns or whatever. I have great experience because I create it that way. I have, you know, positive things happening. And then there's these moments where my thoughts take over, or my ego takes over, and I'm like, what am I dealing with? And this morning particularly, I woke up and I was in overwhelm. And so I still did my practice. I still meditated. I had to meditate about 10 extra minutes because I could not get quiet enough. And I just wanted to feel like centered. And so I added a few more minutes. And, you know, and I'm recognizing where the overwhelm's coming from. And it's just like a lot of to-do lists and like, oh my gosh, all of this stuff has to happen. And so that voice got to quiet it down, you know, because it's coming from a place of do versus like surrender. The other book I'm reading right now is called The Surrender Experiment, which is amazing. And it's about really following life's clues. It's kind of like if someone said something or, you know, pops up or whatever, then the opportunity is to say yes to it and just see what happens. Like, what if, right? What if something good comes of this? So even today, I saw a voicemail that came through. It actually came through yesterday, but then he called back, and I was like, okay. I couldn't tell from the transcription what I could see what his name was, but I couldn't exactly see what he was calling about. I don't even think he said particularly, but and his voicemail was kind of jumbled. But I just made the phone call, and it was a speaking gig request. And I mean, we're talking about speaking gigs in this group, or at least I do in, you know, my work, right? That's my program, is to get gigs. And now one is coming to me from what seemingly looks like out of the blue, right? So And more importantly, I declared that I was a motivational speaker, and this is exactly on point. It's about telling my story and inspiring the audience, and I was like, wow, perfect, right? So I said yes and confirmed it, and they came to me. Like, how cool is that? So the other message I got from yesterday is two things. One, I can do anything. That is a great message to remind yourself of. I can do anything. And then the other is stay consciously aware, observe, witness, stay witness to your thoughts, stay witness to what's happening, these little moments that are just sometimes fleeting, but like miracles, right? You know, like things are happening. And then be in the reality of the infinite and the source that we have that is surrounding us at all times. And that's what Gut and Faith is all about. So hashtag Gut and Faith. So that was my day yesterday. Like I said, it was a travel day, and I didn't get home until, I don't know, 8. I mean, like, got in the airport at 7:30 or so. My husband picks me up. We went to dinner, and it was just a full day, you know, of travel. And it was great to be able to sit quietly and, you know, work and stuff in the airport. But it was a full day, and nice to get home, and I had to kind of adjust to the time zone. It's 1 hour different, but I was a little, you know, my tiredness was an hour earlier than everybody here, and I just took care of myself, went to bed, and then got up and did my routine again to get quiet. And I did wake up with some overwhelm. So it's about the practice. It's not about perfection. So I hope that serves you. Please, I would love to know your thoughts and comments if you can relate. But this is the life that I live. And you know, I was just excited to see my dog. You can see him walking around right here. That's BB. And here, Nick, come here, BB. Come here, BB. You got to be the closing statement for this. Let's have the closing statement be BB of this video. So he welcomed me home, and it was awesome to see my family. So we are on to another day. He gets his foot caught, and then he thinks he's gonna die. You're okay, dog. Today I did. I'm so excited. I actually did my first call. Launched officially today was my Brave Speaker Program Accelerator, which gives you live coaching sessions with me to actually help you move through the Brave Speaker program, the online course. And it went like went so well, and just so grateful for the people that have stepped into that. And then I did a podcast recording, and here I am with you recording this video. So it's just you know, it's been a great week so far, and we're only on Tuesday. So until the next share, I will see you soon, and you guys go out and get your Brave on. I'll talk to you soon.